Gesture desperately needs some heals. See the Deadeye pushing out around the corner. Everybody managing to take cover. A little bit of damage going out of the Ocean, but Shu manages to find two. Coalescence coming through. Goes ahead, mows him down. The flashbang kill onto Prophet. Will shut down that push. Gesture does manage to get his ultimate damage. Now, you can see the rally is out. Slime frozen up as he was isolated by himself. They finish him off. They have to tag in for the overtime. They start to leap over onto the point now. As the blade comes out, Alyssa dashes through, manages to find Eileen. Gets rid of that blizzard for the fight, but the rest of the team, the Guangzhou Charge, still are stacked with their ultimates. The Coalescence rolls through to keep everybody alive, cleans up the final kill, and it will be 100-0.
Otherwise, Seoul is just going to sit pretty here. Nano out.
Nano goes in onto Gesture. Does a very nice dive, finds both supports alone in the back line. No way to peel for that. Go ahead and do fall. So this is a fantastic start now for the Seoul Dynasty. Guangzhou Charge building up some ultimates. They've got that Nano. They still hold on. Another 100-0. Dragon Blade comes in from Eileen, though, jumps in on top of an Ocean. Grab comes in, manages to catch them. The flip is there briefly for the Guangzhou Charge, and Chara is going to be popping that rally. Graviton Surge comes out from Kwong. They're looking for a few kills. They managed to get Alyssa, but Chara now will fall, and the Seoul Dynasty are looking for a very quick retake. Just 12%, now 13. No, not quite built up for the Guangzhou Charge as we enter into OT.
Yeah, looks like we are going to go to a third
somebody
round.
touch. Rio cannot get there in time.
Nope. And I mean, Seoul Dynasty is difficult to find consistent damage. As I say it.
Yeah, Fitz will manage to get the killing blow there onto Rio. Nice damage boost coming out from Slime to help cut down that Orisa. And now without getting the first cap of the point, it's, becomes increasingly more difficult to keep running this Orisa. Wouldn't be shocked to see if Guangzhou Charge decide to change things up soon here. But for now, it's just falling low, still getting pocketed. Slime does his damnedest to keep him alive, and in the fight, pushing into the back line. The barrage comes down instantly, finds two. Shu comes up with yet another huge sleep dart, but it's just not soon enough. Manages to find three on the back end. Listen, looking strong, and they are making this.
Look at Rio try. He's trying.
Doing the damnedest. Gesture manages to find Rio. Happy finally gets Alyssa out of the air. Slime so far not going to be able to go in for a res. Graviton Surge does come through. They will manage to focus down onto Chara. Eileen with the blade out, dashes through for one, slices but Ocean for another. Jumps in on top of the Pharah, pops the deflection, looking for the kill, can't quite find it, and Prophet will manage to finish him off, but it's just both tanks against the world right now as Guangzhou Charge have to. Yeah, pops it out, actually nearly got canceled. Pulse Bomb, however, from Eileen does manage to find Badoshan, so there's not going to be a nano boost in the fight, and Slime is still a little bit of ways away from that rally, which he would so desperately love to have right now. Grab comes out, the blade coming through, pile driver in on top of everybody. Kong and Eileen manage to find one. Eileen gets a second, keeping this sustained at a 3v3, but they have to make their way onto the point. It was even, and Prophet just doesn't step in to force the OT. Rio, Primal Rage going to be expiring, goes back up towards the cart, gets stunned up. Graviton Surge comes out, catches Prophet, already has managed to get rid of Shu. Now dashes way into the back, gets rid of Chara, Happy, finds the headshot. Very nice little flick from him, but just a little bit too late, too late rather, as the cart will be able to move forward. They drained a lot of time.
This is the blade that they're going to start with.
Well, they got a nano boost for it.
Yep.
Jumping into the back, Happy will get rid of Fitz. The stun comes in, Eileen falling low. Manages to find Slime, but Gesture gets him on the way out. Happy pushing up on top, gets a nice body shot onto Prophet. We'll have to.
So, the going is slow here.
Well, Rally gets rolled from the Guangzhou Charge. They push forward right up against the Seoul Dynasty. Fearlessly moving up against them. Happy drops in front of Shu, so please heal me. And they will be able to get the finishing blow onto Fitz. We are now down advancing up here onto the high ground. Blade comes out from Eileen, has the nano boost, jumps in, but already two members, now three, going to be gone. Taken away from the Guangzhou Charge. Eileen has to try to exit. Prophet going to be stunned up under some fire deflection, buys himself for a little bit more time. Armor packs come through, gets the killing blow onto Chara. A nice turnaround as the cart. They're definitely considering this. Goes for the short hop, but gets met with a ton of damage and will be taken down. Gesture with the headshot, gets rid of the angry scientist. And with the cleanup there, that will be Seoul Dynasty pushing through. Yet again, persevere.
Members of the Guangzhou Charge. The grab is ready.
Well, Prophet going to be taken down, so the Dragon Blade not going to be in the fight yet. Big pop-up over the top and doesn't quite have the angle. Primal Rage is wreaking havoc, finds the kill on to Marvel. Now is displacing Badoshan, trying to send him sailing off the side of the map, and it looks like he has worked the treat. It has. So the cart will be stopped there. Prophet.
This is tingling. This is going to be
Could be a little bit rough. The barriers come in. Really good collapse from the rest of the Seoul Dynasty. And now they turn it around. Find the pickoff onto Eileen. Good whip shot from Slime.
There it comes. Here comes the Blade to counter. Great immortality.
Yeah, Blade is out. Immortality field buys him a little bit of time, but they finally finished it off. And Eileen manages to find 3. Happy will snipe Prophet. A nice little headshot in the back of the Shurikens finishes off Gesture. That is the team wipe. And that will, in all likelihood, be
early, and then he's just gonna slice through. Look at how he targets. He calls the target on the immortality, but everyone shoots it. He swipes the second time, and everyone's caught in this choke. And it was actually a smart move for Seoul to collapse in there and try to kill everyone before the rally finished.
Oh,
they recontested, but
they lost.
Yeah. Surprise, surprise. Also, Guangzhou.
And the sight lines here, Fitz is swapping over onto the Ash to try and contest against the Guangzhou Charge, but they just continue to press forward. Through the Primal Rage comes up with yet another kill. Dynamite will finish off Eileen, but the card is going to be field in time. You can see the healing coming out, desperately trying to keep the tanks alive. So far, working pretty damn well. Char going to fall if they cost a Prophet as Rio continues to roll with the Primal Rage. Still making quite a bit of damage though. The Nano Boost will actually be invested from Shoot just to ensure his survival. Leaps up on the high ground now, threatening Jester, trying to force him back. Desperately trying to keep him alive. The Immortality coming out yet again, basically on cooldown from Badoshin. The follow-up is looking very good as Krong is high charge, cleans up 3 kills there. Cart finally starts moving yet again.
That was all.
Jester drops down, uses the barrier, but it gets deleted instantly by the EMP. Eileen with the blade pulled out. They're trying to survive are the Seoul Dynasty with that rally. Mitic Flux is decent, takes Eileen low, he's 1 HP! They do finally manage to finish him off. Marble coming up with a kill. 3.22 meters is what the Guangzhou Charge desperately need to try to get into point B, get that minute and a half bumped up into the time bank, but it just looks like it is not gonna happen. Happy forced back with that translocator. The OT bleeds away, and oh boy, we have a series on our hands. Seoul Dynasty, but he's not able to get the damage on top of it to really get that EMP. Speaking of ultimates though, Shu builds up a very rapid nano boost, but throws that onto Rio, and it's not going to do him any favors in keeping himself in the fight. He does get taken down, but Fitz is going to be traded out. Strong manages to find 1. Rio finished off by Gesture. Happy dragged out of stealth, still has the EMP ready to go, but he just won't get, he does use it actually. Oh my goodness, he still pulls the trigger, it gets canceled. Now they don't have the combo. This is catastrophic for the Guangzhou Charge. It's gonna have to be all on the back of this grab blade now.
Yeah, everything that they were.
Matrix ready to go, and a little bit of fire. Rio getting some decent cleave damage, the grab comes out, Immortality a little bit too late, cannot keep Prophet alive. And it seems like the grab is going to be enough. Marvel is here on the Wrecking Ball, but he's all by himself. And the Bob isn't going to be offering up too much damage, so can't get the kills. The cap will come in OT, but that was so dangerously close for the Guangzhou Charge. Really good hold for the Seoul Dynasty. Dive comes in with that nano boost. Prophet finds yet another support with a pulse bomb. Left, right, and center. Fantastically done from him. Looking for the knock off the side of the map on the Slime. Rio will manage to find it, but that's about all he's getting done with that Primal Rage. Prophet falling low after getting poked out. Will be forced to use the recall, and with the respawns coming in, the faster run back here for the members of the Guangzhou Charge. They do push back against the Seoul Dynasty, forcing them around the corner.
You can see how much time this turret buys even on the retreat here. Seoul Dynasty have to regroup, but Guangzhou Charge doesn't get the cart moving that far, and actually not able to get those
plays Char. They get the stun, the Flux comes through, they pull him up into the air, and now Shu is left to his own devices and will get finished off. OT starts bleeding away. Krong would love to get there, has that grab nearly ready to go. They get the touch from Happy, but he does not last. Krong again pushing back forward, pops the bubble, jumps in with the Graviton Surge, but they have an Immortality field. They also have the cart all to themselves. Just here, midway across the bridge. I mean, given the way that they're advancing right now, they all pile in on top of Rio. Just don't give him an opportunity to leap away. Absolutely melt through him. As Prophet goes for a wraparound in the back line. Everybody gonna be grouped up. Stun comes in onto Krong. They're all just grouped up there on the staircase, so Marvel can just continue to farm ult charge. Already the point cap getting ready to come in, and yeah, they're just not going to be able to drop down to try to contest this, so a stagger just going to be coming out onto Krong now as the rest of the team tries to exit.
Yeah, and Fitz barely did anything.
Yeah.
He's got a grab too, like, oh, Prophet's backdooring.
Backcapping.
Chara knows he's going to have to come. Oh, does he know?
Okay, they finally see it,
they
but they have to get there in time. They barely touch. 1.9 meters left to go. Oh, Prophet nearly makes that happen. Eileen with the Dragon Blade off screen does clean up multiple kills, but oh, Prophet, Krong trying to build up that energy. Still has the Graviton Surge, uses it. Recharger still alive, Immortality Field is there. Rio gets rid of Slime with the leap, and Krong will send Gesture off the side of the map. Cart continuing to inch forward here as the DPS duo for the Seoul Dynasty play forward. They will not have the sustainability that they need. And another pick onto Shu with this pulse bomb that he's been holding on to. Hart moving closer and closer, Blade's gonna be coming out. Flux is there from Marvel, pushes them up into the air, finishes off Rio, but Eileen does so much damage with the Dragon Blade. Finishes off Gesture, and it's just Slime left standing at the end of the day. Got a touch. They again stun him. He barely makes his way over to the cart. Now rolls out. Rio with the Primal Rage over. Finds everybody inside the castle. Gets a kill onto Badoshin. Finishes off the turret. Jumps back down. Is going to be landing into the Molten Core, which has since killed off Happy. But he dashes through. Gets rid of Fitz. The blade gets pulled. He's looking for a kill. Looking for Gesture, who is fortified up, but just doesn't have that much HP. And will get finished off. Gesture finds a halt onto Rio. The Prophet is alive and cannot make his way over to the cart. Would not have been able to. Maintaining the corner right now as the bubbles come out. Rio has to jump up onto that high ground, but there's such high punish onto the tanks that have to play the point here because of Fitz with that flashbang, and then Prophet can just hold down primary fire to finish people off. You can see he doesn't really give a damn about the Zarya bubbles, just continues to press forward, break through those shields, and just get the kill. So a triple kill there in the fight for Prophet. Back on that high ground, but already 2 ticks getting ready to come in for the side of the Seoul Dynasty here on the point as the Deadeye is ready to go. Happy going to be taken down. He'll go ahead and pop the ult, looking for a target. Zed pulls the trigger a little bit early, just trying to chip down the members of the Guangzhou Charge as best as possible. No DPS in the mix right now. Fan in the hammer onto Rio, taking him lower and lower to try to finish off that Winston, and they will. They just have to clear the points. A recall comes out, and that is going to be it. One of the fastest caps of Volskaya that I have seen in quite some time. And onto Rio, jumps into the back. Window is out though. Primal Rage coming through, looking to displace people out of that immortality field. Marvel going low and Fitz, gonna get stomped in the end. Eileen dashes through, manages to find 3 kills inside the garage. That will be a team wipe. That will be the cap coming in. But already Seoul Dynasty can.
If there's not going to be a better chance on this one, realistically.
Nano Blade is out. Eileen making his way down on top of Marvel. Falls low. Rio will get finished off. Fitz, having swapped over onto the McCree, manages to get rid of Strong. And now Eileen with a sliver of HP trying to survive, but Prophet is up in his face. Manages to take him down, and now it's going to be, again, another hold. The grab never came out. It looked like the Guangzhou Charge maybe thought that they did not need it.
Yeah, I mean,
now it's all they have. Time against, he tries to poke his head out, keeps falling low. The Nano Boost has to be used on the leap in just to try to keep him alive. Is Happy gets a nice headshot onto Fitz. Prophet punching away at the Winston where possible. The grab comes through. Eileen with the blade gets rid of Marvel. Now looking for a little bit more. Forces the Wraith walk there from Prophet, shoving him back. Still holds on to a Death Blossom, but getting a setup for that is going to be very challenging. Marvel swapping back over onto the Wrecking Ball, makes his way to the point, forces them back, and Prophet gets cut down. Still holds on to the ultimate for a little bit longer, but can they stave them off the point? They start pressing their way in, trying to keep things contested here. Guangzhou Charge fall down below 2 minutes, but it's just pick after pick going the way of the Guangzhou Charge as they look to close this out. Prophet TPing over onto the point, makes his way into the corner, pops the ultimate, but instantly gets absolutely annihilated by all 6 members of the Guangzhou Charge. So it doesn't get to do much with the ultimate. But Seoul Dynasty still continue to stave off the Guangzhou Charge, keep them contained back through the initial choke. Strong falling low, Prophet down to 9 HP. Now has that recall available. Hold on to it for a little bit longer than he would have anticipated. Pulse Bomb out, however, from Happy. Find a kill, and Fitz will cut him down. Gonna get 2 for 2 thus far as Rio pops the Primal Rage, gets inside the garage. A ton of damage coming through. The turret, honestly, doing some serious work here in Fitz's absence. But grab comes in. That will eventually be the cap for the Guangzhou Charge. They had to dump. The mortality field used. Stun comes in. They knock him back. They finish him off. Molten Core is going to go ahead and try to gate everybody else off the point. Rio's in the back line. Has that Primal Rage, but Focus Fire is still just so damn much for him to try and deal with. Prophet finds another Pulse Bomb. Takes his life along with Shu. It might just be worth it. Happy on the point now, trying to get a pulse of his own, up and ready to roll, but he's still 30% away as Kwong will fall, so now they don't have the bubbles offered up to try to keep people safe from the CC that is constantly being pumped out by Slime. Prophet swaps over onto the Bastion as Eileen rejoins with a Doom Fist, but even the passive shielding coming through from his damage is just nowhere near enough to survive. The Guangzhou Charge will not be able to get anything done on point B. Have to try to reapproach. They get the flux, they pull 2 up into the air. The mortality field is there to greet. Stuns coming out, and Happy gets rid of one. Eileen draws out the Dragon Blade, falling low. Stuns coming through. They try desperately. They keep him sustained, and they just cannot do it. Now Prophet pulls a blade of his own, goes inside the garage, gets rid of Shu, comes back over. Supercharger going to be finished off, but needs a lot more than that. Prophet will not be able to survive.
Yeah, that was a really
the
big
majority
risk.
of what they had, and they just cannot get across the line.
That was a really big
risk. Happy is just farming this pulse bomb from the flank on the tanks. Prophet, however, finds the melee shot, gets rid of Eileen, and still holds onto the blade. Would love to hold that if he could, but no. Wants to draw it out, wants to ensure that they can go ahead and get this cap. Mortality kill is going to be finished off with the pulse bomb from Happy. Manages to find two, but Ocean and Fitz both going to be taken down. Slime swinging away, however, does manage to find some kills properly. The Amp Matrix nearly there with a Dragon Blade. It might just be enough.
It's going to be close.
He now has that ready to go, but Happy going to be taken down. Nice stun coming in, but Ocean gets the finishing blow. Waiting, trying to get topped up, and thinking that's out of damage, has to duck in. Hug the Supercharger for his dear life, but Eileen manages to find him. Takes out the Cowboy. Now he's likely going to have to swap to try to join in on this fight as we are down to 10 seconds. Telescope back out, perhaps, Wolf. Here comes Eileen. Dragon Blade going to be drawn. Looking for a little bit more. Tries to get the finishing kill there onto Prophet. Can't quite do it. Guess they're swapping over onto the Wrecking Ball, but there's no one to touch. And it is, in fact,
well done. And Guangzhou
is fantastic.
Like this time, they don't even have long-range hit scan to counter it. So,
speaking of which, we do have Fitz with a long-range hit scan, gets rid of Shu, but the rest of the team not doing so hot for the side of the Seoul Dynasty that lose out on 3 members. He connects.
Still
Recall
waiting
comes
for it.
in, Happy, landing right in front of him, but doesn't get taken down. And Eileen off-screen dashes through to take out Illicit. So the fight continues to look good for the Guangzhou Charge. Prophet, however, does manage to find one, and he's very well charged up at the moment.
yeah, he really is. I mean, the point control here, definitely to Seoul Dynasty. Can they stick to landing? Rally committed a little bit.
The Rally is committed to Hangzhou to Eileen, so cannot use that blade yet, but no real damage getting pushed onto the Genji, and Prophet, with all of his energy, will just be taken down. Guangzhou Charge, you just have to use the Rally, and they still manage to hold down on the point.
I was pretty skeptical about the Rally.
Even if they get this in the fight, they have to try to be ult efficient about this, and also somebody needs to touch. They finally do manage to do so right in the last couple percentage there. Illicit's going to be taken down, the Bionade's going to be locked in. Graviton Surge catches Eileen with the Dragon Blade drawn. He pushes out around the corner, gets stunned up, gets melted. There's already still 2 members gone for the side of the Seoul Dynasty, and they cannot make their way onto the point to keep things rolling. Had to invest so much just to shut down time to Oasis. You know, different map, but same compositions being shown by either side. Going to listen this time to, starting off with the Genji Sombra, but the push forward from Guangzhou Charge is too much pressure. And the Dynasty just crumble underneath of it. Illicit going to be taken down. Eileen gets that kill, and already a very to get into position as they try to spy check him. He gets the bubble, moves up, manages to hack 3 with the EMP. Prophet instantly coming up with a kill on a Krong, but Happy strikes back. Manages to find Gesture. Bionade goes out onto 2 members on the side of the Guangzhou Charge, but neither Eileen nor Shu are under fire. Prophet will get Rio, but again, the Guangzhou Charge just counter push against the Seoul Dynasty.
Yeah, and they only
have these cards stacked in their favor, and they still manage to persevere.
Yeah,
Nano Boost is invested onto Fitz.
They use Nano Boost here onto Fitz, and the fight is still
with the ice block. Fitz nearly has another EMP online, but the grab is going to get thrown out there by Krong. Locks up Prophet, and just a percentage away from his own Graviton Surge. He'll get taken down. Sound barrier now in response of the blade as we enter into overtime, and the Guangzhou Charge look to take this series. Shatter comes in, doesn't find much, but Happy finds Slime. The Seoul Dynasty have to stay glued to this point. Fitz with an EMP, dies by Chara's hand. Jester comes back in, pinned off the point, taken down. Grab going to be lobbed in from long range, but nobody else is there to capitalize, and the Guangzhou Charge will be able to